Okay, are you sieging or are you attacking? You're just sieging, okay? Oh, hello. What is this guy doing here? Good morning everyone and welcome back. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. In Total War Warhammer, that means using some mods to try to make the campaign and battles slower and harder to try to fit the brutal world of Warhammer, and also fighting all but the most lopsided battles manually. There's a link in the description to all the mods we're using and why, and another to the Steam Workshop page where you can subscribe to all these mods with one click. For this campaign, we are playing as Queek Headtaker, who is interested in fighting, in bullying others, and in feeding, not necessarily in that order. In particular, he wants to fight every lord and hero he comes across to add to his collection and fame. He has a furious temper, so we will be taking note of any factions that do us dirty in this campaign. Lastly, Queek also wants to capture Karak 8 Peaks, and if that just happens to be a stepping stone on the way to more war, more glory, and world domination, then that's alright too. Alrighty, so we are back, and I continue to be concerned about this ambush foiled. I do not understand what is causing us to get pulled out of ambush stance. There are literally no enemies within leagues of we're standing. There's no heroes, there's no armies. And our ambush stance is over 100, or ambush chance is over 100%, and we have a cunning agent here helping out. And yet 2 turns in a row we got pulled out of ambush stance. So I don't know. I don't get it, but whatever, you know, it's not going to make or break the campaign, but obviously ambushes are quite an important element of the strategy for the Skavens, so I would like to understand it better. Anyway, we want to get Queek down here into this province, this Kradtamen region at the very least, in order to start recruiting some more storm vermin. But unfortunately, it looks like he can't do that in stalking stance, our regular stance here. We can almost but not quite get there, so we're going to have to do it in... We'll go ahead and do it in maybe... let me see, does he already have the trait for either being in march stance or using the underway? I don't see it. So I'm going to assume that he has spent more time in march stance, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put him in march stance. I'm going to move him down into this province and leave him here so he is at least on the northern border where he can get back up in a hurry if need be. And we can't recruit, obviously, because we are in march stance. However, back to you. What we want to do is pick a place where we can do some raiding for the food bonus. And it appears as though... What do we have up here? We got Crooked Moon. I thought Crooked Moon actually... Yeah, this is Crooked Moon right here. That's a... were they called Crookhoods? Is that... Yeah, Crookhoods. Crookhood's agent. That's what confused me there for a second. I saw the agent there with the cross-red swords. I thought we were actually at war with whoever held that settlement. But anyway, I ramble. So, let's take a look here at how things are going in the fighting between all of our enemies and potential enemies. And we can see Karak Azul is in pretty bad shape, and they are at war with both us and Crooked Moon Tribe. Thorgrim, on the other hand, is in much better shape, but he at least is now also at war with Crooked Moon. That's good to know. And then between the two of them, Crooked Moon is actually very strong, and they have 6 settlements, and the Crookhoods are much less strong, and they only have 2. One of those 2 that they happen to have is one that we very much want. So we gotta... Okay, Valea's Sorrow is the other one. So we probably... At this point, I don't feel threatened down here where Karak Azul is. So what I think I'm going to do is move towards Valea's Sorrow. It's a little bit risky to come up too far this way because these armies are definitely stronger than Pestlikich's. And we don't want to run the risk of him getting wiped out by... like combined forces of multiple armies here. I don't really know. Do these guys ever get a Wa? I don't know whether this Crookhoods tribe, which used to be like the Crooked Moon Rebels in Vanilla faction, I don't know if they get Wa mechanics or not. I'm kind of thinking they don't. But if they did, boy, that would be pretty scary. In any case, we can't actually see what they've got in their armies, but we know that we're Skaven, and we're not really great Skaven at that. We got some decent Skaven units, well, decent for Skaven, but obviously not a match for, like, you know, for a good army of orcs. But we do have a level 8 Lord... and a level 6 chieftain. That assassin's not going to do a whole lot in a fight. But anyway, I don't want to not do anything just because I'm afraid of them. So we're going to continue to do our thing. And we'll just have to kind of play it by ear and see how they react. But I think this This makes a little bit more sense to come around here and do some raiding of Valea Sorrow, and instead of coming up here and raiding Black Iron Mine, because we don't really want to go to war with these guys right now. They are by far the stronger of these two greenskin factions. So let's go ahead and get you over here as well. In fact, can you get further if I put you in? No, you cannot. Okay, never mind. Everybody's in march stance this turn. That's fine. At the very least, we know Karak Azul can take care of... Ooh. Ooh, yeah, I'm just now noticing the public order. That's going to be an issue. That is definitely going to be an issue. I don't want to spend the money to keep upgrading this. Alright, you know what? Next turn, I'm probably going to end up turning these armies around and going back up here in order to fight a rebellion battle, but that's fine. That's fine. In the greater scheme of things, doesn't make a whole lot of difference. But clearly this is not going to get better in time. It's losing 7 for provincial instability this turn. So it'll be at -4 next turn. That'll take it to 88. I don't know, it's going to be close. We'll reevaluate next turn. It will be very close. That's 1800. Maybe I should just go ahead and do that. It's just not it's not where I want to be spending my money right now. I want to save up money for the storm vermin. And then of course here we're still saving this for the garrison building. Karak Azgul itself is only at a garrison of 14. We better always keep a little bit of money in reserves anyway for either one of these in case we have to recruit an emergency lord to defend them. Okay, alright, so many things to balance. This is what makes the game so interesting. So we're just going to save our money right now. And just continue to react to whatever everybody else is doing. Let's go ahead and keep the cunning agent close to our armies. Continuing to provide the cunning bonus if and when we go back into ambush stance. And our objectives, we're quite a ways from doing most of these. Not too far from capture many provinces. Again, we just have to get Black Iron Mine, but I don't want to declare war on Crooked Moon right now. We only... Oh, this will be good. We'll get 1750 for researching the very next technology, so that's great. Okay, alright. Let's go ahead and check out our diplomacy and see if there's any wheeling and dealing to do. Really, Labaris is still the only option, and I don't want to do anything with them. So let's go ahead and end our turn and see what everybody else does. I meant to double check to see if this is the last turn that we're getting the bonus food from the right. I feel like it might be the last turn. Okay. So Thorgrim... Interesting. He looks vulnerable up there. That one army with the 2 Crooked Moon armies. Does this mean they're going to attack him? Apparently not. Okay, and so you guys... Interesting. Alright, so they're actually moving to cut us off from Valea Sorrow anyway. That's not... That's not a problem. We'll figure out something. Alright, so Alariel the Radiant claimed the Sword of Cain. Okay. And foreign trespasser here. Can't see him, but at least he's not raiding. Oh, okay. Wow, we got all kinds of wars being declared. So Wurzag and Karak Azul, that's interesting. We have Visenland and Sylvania, and we have another one that we don't care about. Okay. Alright, so, now Queek can recruit. And it was really dumb of me when I thought about this after doing it. When I took Rend and Slaughter last time, I really should have taken Crimson Guard, because now that we're going to be doing recruiting, it would be really nice to be able to do it faster and at a higher rank. But anyway, it is what it is. So I can't undo it now. Okay, so we're looking at 1,000 for the Storm Vermin with halberds and 950 for the Storm Vermin with sword and shield. I do want to have each of our 2 flanks covered by spears, so I'm going to get a second halberd unit, and then other than that, we're just going to get as many of the sword and shield as we can afford. That is all of our money for this turn. That only gets us up to 12. 2 turns for each of those, which is unfortunate, but it just means we're going to have to kind of be a little bit defensive up here, I suppose, until we can get Queek back up here. So the question now is what to do with... First thing we need to do is we need to get eyeballs up here on that army. We need to find out how strong they are. If they're too strong for what's his name here, for Pestilic to take care of, and they are. They've got Orc Biggins, that's a problem for us. Okay, and they've got some trolls. Yeah, they got that's a not exactly what I would call formidable army, but it's more formidable than this one is. So we're definitely going to have to play defense until we get Queek up here, and that's fine. That's fine. We can play defense a little bit. Luckily, Dringo Rakaz here has already built the garrison, so he's in good shape. Even I don't want to say even without an additional army to help defend, but it wouldn't take a full stack army to help defend it against that army. And meanwhile over here, Spite Peak, you're only a size 11 garrison, but it's going to take them a while to get to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of maybe... I don't really want to goad them into an ambush here, because we couldn't beat them even if we ambush them, unless we're bringing in a garrison at the same time. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and... I'm going to stay in ambush stance, but not really so much with the intent of actually ambushing, just more for the practice. We could get Ambuscador, or however you pronounce that, as a trait, and also it's just helpful for them to not really know exactly where we're at. Okay, and then you, Mika, let's go ahead and get you over in this area as well. Might as well keep those 2 armies close to one another. Okay. And this is considered Crooked Fang Fort over there, so that's why we're not getting the additional bonus from the Cunning Agent. That's fine. Alright, so our 3 armies are accounted for. We have no money with which to do anything from a settlement standpoint. Although in one turn we'll get a nice 1750 boost to our reserves here for the 8th technology, and we're getting still 2 per turn, but I no longer see this, what's it called, the dominating scheme up there, so I think this is going to drop to -1, unfortunately, which is too bad because we only got up to 38%. I would have liked to have gotten above 40, but it is what it is. We can live with it. Let's go ahead and check diplomacy, nothing to do. Alright, so here's the real question. Is anybody going to begin an offensive operation against us, or was Crookhoods there, were they just reacting to defend Valea's sorrow? Okay, not really much happening there. Okay, here we go. They're coming. Very interesting. They're making a move on Crooked Fang Fort. Okay, so that suits me fine. A single army. There we go. That's good money. We'll take that, plus a Talisman of Preservation. We'll definitely take that. Oh, and we got our... Okay, yeah, there we go. That's worse than I expected. This actually got worse for some reason. I'm not sure why. We're not being... Oh, we are being... No, we're being raided down here. But that's not the same province. I'm not sure exactly why this happened up here, why this public order situation got worse, but alright, well, anyway, I'm not too worried that we're going to lose it. It's a extremely effective garrison right there. It would be nice to be able to destroy the rebellion before it grows in size, but how far can Pestilikich get here? If I put him in march stance, he's not going to be able to get there in time to fight him next turn. And this is obviously the bigger threat. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to... we're going to have to... make sure that we can defend down here. I think if I do this, if I move him all the way into Crooked Fang Fort, I think that chances are he will back away. He might stay and raid, but I don't think he would attack. The question is, could I accomplish the same thing with just Mika? Mika can't actually reach the settlement, so that settles that. We're going to go ahead and move you in here to defend Crooked Fang Fort. And Mika, we're going to now separate you and move you back in this direction. And how much are we going to be paying for these guys? They are costing us 200 each. It's going to be a pretty hefty chunk of our income that we're going to have to pay out in maintenance. I want to continue to do this as much as we can possibly afford, just because thematically this is what we wanted to do, was to make Über-Queek, you know, make his army filled with storm vermin. May have been a little bit premature in the campaign to do it just because we can't afford the full stack, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll make do. However, I'm probably not going to... I'm probably not going to recruit any more at this point. What are we looking at? 1, 2, 3... We'll have 2 halberds and 4 regular. Yeah, I think that's all we can afford for now. And possibly we might have to recruit some more troops into our other 2 armies here. We'll have to see what happens. Dringo Rakaz, you don't really need anything, although I could do some serious upgrading here. Spite Peak. We probably do want to go ahead and get Spite Peak up to tier 3. Is that a higher priority than anything else? Sump Pit. We do want Sump Pit to be able to have this probably. I think we can afford this, and we can no longer afford to level up Spite Peak. Okay, is there any value in even building that? I'm not sure that there is. We could build another building here. But whatever it is, it's not a priority. So let's go back here and... let's do that. Some pit is going to have pretty weak garrison there. Until we get an actual garrison building constructed here, that's just going to be a really vulnerable location. I've changed my mind. Because it's so vulnerable, let's not build it up right now. Let's go ahead and focus on our core provinces, which include Spite Peak. And Karak Azul is more of a luxury province for us right now. This is too vulnerable from attack from the east, and it's going to be too long before I can actually build the garrison there. Now are you at 20 already? You are at 20. What can you do? Certainly can't afford to do anything, but you could just assault units. And here, you could assault garrison. Well, we're going to get you up here into Mika's army. Either into it or accompanying it. Okay, imminent rebellion. Yeah, I thought I was going to have a couple more turns before that happened, but it's okay. We'll make do. So hit and run, increased infantry speed, which would be very nice. Recruit rank for night runners and gutter runners. That's a luxury right now. It's not super important for us. Ambush success chance, however, is something that I would like to have. Hero recruitment plus 2 ranks for assassins is a nice to have. I think we want to do maybe... we don't have much in the way of Skaven slaves at this point. Let's go ahead and do the growth and the recruitment cost reduction for Skaven slaves and clan rats, because I could very well end up having to recruit some clan rats into our other armies. Okay, diplomacy time.
The goddess wills it. Bring me Neferra.
How is she doing now that I'm thinking about it? The City of Dawn and the defenders of, however you say that, Zottel. That's Krokgar anyway. If she's holding her own, no, she's not holding her own. She's at 155. Krokgar is, well, the City of Dawn is about to fall apart, but Krokgar, do we even have him on our radar? It does not appear as though we do. So never mind about Krokgar. But in any case, he's almost certainly stronger than she is. However, I'm still considering it. She's probably not going to collapse anytime soon. How close would we be to getting a trade agreement with her? Not super close. So if we do this and military access, we could only get 400. It's not worth it. Not worth it. What if we got... okay, what if we got that and this? How much would... we can't afford to balance it. Okay, that's not really a surprise. Alright, anyway, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's go ahead and get back up here and find out what the old greenskins are going to do here. And maybe the dwarfs as well. I still can't forget about them. Okay, what's he going to do? He's going to head towards the east. Is he going towards Dringo Rakaz, perhaps? And he looks like he's going to head towards Karak Azul, maybe? He's going to have to get past those greenskins, the rebellion army first. Okay, so... Oh, Confederation there. I needed to go back and pay attention to that. So we've increased our capacity for Plague Priests and Eshin Sorcerers. That's interesting. I do like Plague Priests a lot. I kind of have been wanting to play another Lord Skrulk campaign, but I don't see any reason to have... With so many factions to choose from, I don't want to have two different Skaven campaigns going on at the same time. Okay, so he's raiding me there, and he's raiding me up there. That's not ideal, but it is what it is. Okay, our income situation just drastically deteriorated, but we now have... This is a good army. It's only 12, but it's a good army. And what it can definitely do is get up here to defend Driga-Rakaz. And you... I'm going to, for the time being... I'm going to give Queek some additional units here. He can take 8 more units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8. I want to leave those 2 in this army. So we'll give him these 2. These are our most disposable, and we'll probably just get rid of them. Actually, you know what? No, let's give him the assassin. I'm going to keep the chieftain. We'll give him one of those and the assassin. Okay. I'm comfortable with that. And I don't think he would come down and attack us because of the garrison that's right there, but we shall see. Now, Queek, this is an extremely formidable army all of a sudden. I feel pretty good about that army. Now you can not make it all the way up to Karak Azul, but what you can do is you can get close enough, I think, to reinforce. If there's going to be a battle there next turn, maybe even to initiate a battle. Let me see here. If I put you... Yeah, I can put you in this stance. Oh, you're at the limit. Okay. I probably don't want to risk him being in March just because I don't want to run any risk that they could actually reach us and attack us and us not be able to retreat. Let's go ahead and get the assassin in there with him. Okay. Alright, a little bit, our offensives have kind of gotten a little bit of a delay, but it's all good. We're fine now. And from a settlement perspective, I think maybe now we can afford something here at Sump Pit. No, I'm going to save... No. I'm going to save the money. I want to have a little bit of a cushion here from a money standpoint. Okay, it's all fine. It's fine. And from a rights standpoint, we could do the 13th scheme, but I'm not really all that bothered about that. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy situation again. Okay. Probably no need to check that every turn. This is really the concern. I just am very curious what they are going to do. But if they move directly east, if they keep coming in this direction, we might even be willing to sacrifice Sump Pit if we need to. we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but we've got an option with Queek to either try to intercept this army somewhere, or we could actually undertake an offensive against Valea Sorrow ourselves. And it might be worth taking that and losing that. That might be a fine trade-off. But we'll see what happens over the end turn. There we go, Embuscador. That's good. Was that an extra 5% to ambush, I think? At the first rank of it? Okay, so the Crookhood's tribe is doing what? What are you going to do there, buddy? You're going to retreat, okay? And so are you. All right, very interesting. Item of power. Word has reached your ears that one you thought less treacherous than the other lords has stolen from you. An item of great power has come into his possession, and instead of offering it in tribute, he has kept it for himself. Okay, I love how an item of great power has come into his possession, and Queek translates that in his mind to stolen from you. Okay, so a talisman of preservation. His loyalty is currently at 10. We could afford to lose 4 loyalty to gain the talisman of preservation, but quite frankly, I think the money might be more important to us right now. Yeah, I'm going to take the money. Okay. Oh, Karak-Azul got destroyed. Oh, and I forgot to double check. I was going to check to see where the confederations happened last turn, and I skimmed right over them without giving them a second thought. Oh well. Alright, so now you are a severely weakened force. I am going to trust that Mika combined with the forces of Karak-Azul can handle anything that they attack us with. Well, particularly that. That's a weak army. Oh my goodness, we'll crush that. As long as we have the garrison with us. Now, that means here, what we can do is we're going to move Queek. This is good. He could still move pretty far, even in ambush stance. We're going to move him here. And then we are going to move Pestilicate here to here. And let's see if they take the bait. If they come down to attack Pestilicate, but then notice at the last minute and stop, we might still be able to hit them with Queek before they can escape back to Valea Sorrow. So that's the plan there. Mika, you're just going to have to hang on as best you can, but with that garrison at your back, you should be in pretty good shape. And Queek is hoping for a fight real soon. Now, we have the money to be able to start doing something from a settlement standpoint again. Let's go ahead and do Sump Pit. Let's go ahead and do this, and this, and this. And Spite Peak. Let's do, so this is an additional 40 plus 16%, so almost 50 per turn. It costs 570. It's an 11 to 12 turn payoff. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And Cradtommen, what am I going to do here with you? I'm going to do one there. Okay, so we're just going to maximize our income moving forward here. We spend all of our money, but we'll start increasing our income in the future. So I think that's going to be worth it. Now, let's go ahead. I'm not even going to check diplomacy this turn. Let's go ahead and do another in turn here. Still kind of hoping to get a nice battle in to wrap up this episode. Whether it's a defensive battle or an offensive one.
I only take heads with meat on skull. You no interest to Queek.
I've never heard that before. I love that. Okay, non-aggression pact. Yeah, no thank you. Okay, here we go. Crookhood's tribe, here you come. Okay, so that rebellion, I love this, the supervisor trait. Definitely always worth getting when we're using the mod suite that we're using. That extra 5% movement range really matters. Oh, okay, look at that. Midland and New Solent. So Balthazar's just expanded. City of Dawn is destroyed. That's not a surprise. Ambush foiled. Yeah, I was only at 95%. No wonder it got foiled. I really don't understand. They have nobody near me. That's just going to continuously get on my nerves until I can figure out why that happens. And we can't reach them.
Need more trophies, yes. Set ambush, yes.
And it's not like, you know, oh, okay, maybe it was just bad luck that the 95% didn't work this one time. After all, there's a 1 in 20 chance that they would see us. It's every time. It's, you know, twice in a row at 100% we got foiled, and now at 95%. That's clearly something going on where ambush is not working the way that I think it should. I mean, I know that there's two different roles involved. There's one for them to detect you, but then there's a second one where as they move close within your range of attacking, the ambush could get foiled at that point. But that has not been the case with any of the times that we've had our ambushes foiled. So I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. Well, I think we can safely assume that they, if I move closer to them, they're going to pull us out of ambush stance again. So what we're going to do is we're going to get them. I'm not sure if I move all the way there. I'm not sure if that's actually close enough to reinforce or not, but I'm going to try it. Because I don't want to give them a completely open path to Crooked Fang Fort. So I would like to have a defending army there. Here's the question. That's as close as I can move. It looks like the red circle is just barely touching. Let's find out. If you were to attack it, you would not reinforce. If he attacked you, the Crooked Fang Fort garrison would come out to defend. But if you attack Crooked Fang Fort, Pestilicich here cannot actually reach. This garrison, size 14, can it defend against this army on its own? Boy, that's tough. That's tough. It is it's a walled garrison. I don't know what the layout would look like. It doesn't have any upgraded defenses whatsoever. Do they have siege weapons here? They do have trolls. And all of their trolls have siege attacker. But I hate to make Queek come all the way down to help defend down here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move Queek directly toward them, as close as he can get. I guess that's it right there.
Good, good.
And we'll just run that risk if he comes down and attacks Crooked Fang Fort. If he does take it, then we'll destroy him right afterward, but I would really hate to lose that settlement. Alright, so now down here. Again, I have to think that this army can defend itself with the advantage of that garrison. So that's just what we're going to have to do. My worst fear is that he jumps past Karak Azul and attacks some pit. But if that happens, it's not the end of the world. Meanwhile, we do have 1,000 gold. We could actually do some recruiting here, although if he sieges us, then the recruiting would halt anyway. We can't recruit here because we're in march stance. Okay, wow, this has been a lot of strategic maneuvering here. Something that Queek, that frustrates Queek. Queek wants to fight. He just wants to fight. Alright, well, nothing else to be done. What did I decide to do with Dringo Rakaz? I thought didn't I build this here? Instead of getting this, which is only going to provide 100, it provides some tradable resources, but you know, we're Skaven. We don't have much in the way of trading partners. This would actually get us 160 income. So this is better bang for our buck. And Spite Peak. Okay. Alright. Garrison Lord not moved. Yes, we know. Alright, this turn I am going to check diplomacy out.
Bring me Nefer. The goddess will.
No real changes. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens here. We've got several possibilities for battles here. One thing I'm actually hoping would happen is that he would try to use the underway and jump back to the Valley of Sorrow, and we might be able to intercept it. That's what I'm hoping happens. But I don't think he needs to use the underway stance. If, in fact, he did want to go back to Valley of Sorrow, which he may not want to do anyway. Okay, here we go. What's he going to do? He's retreating. And that's it. So did his other army stay where it was? Okay, are you sieging or are you attacking? You're just sieging, okay? Alright, so Reichland and Hookland there, confederated. Angrand and Drazkarak, confederated. Okay. Oh, he disappeared. No, he didn't disappear. He jumped down over to here. And I didn't intercept him. That's annoying. Yeah, that's very annoying. Now, we could potentially attack him with these two armies. Queek. You can't reach him, but you can use the underway stance, right? And get close enough to join the fight. If I jump you to here, let's say jump you to here.
Quick moves.
And then use you to attack.
Master Commander.
Let's try it. Can we ambush? Decisive victory. It is an ambush. Okay. Let's go ahead and give this banner here to let's give it to our slingers there. And let's look at the map. Not really a whole lot to tell. It's just a standard ambush map. Now we have to bring Queek's army into this battle, which does mean that they might just choose to run away from us, which would be very unfortunate. So what I want to try to do is to draw them in. Oh, is our garrison close enough to come into this battle as well? That's interesting. Okay, so their escape route is over here, which is behind them, so they're actually going to be marching in this direction. This is our garrison right here. And then Queek is coming from here. So what we want to do is we want to get them attacking us here. I'm hoping they really will attack us because they're stronger than us here at the beginning. We get you on the side. And we'll get you guys here. You're a warlord and you're a chieftain. So let's go ahead and get you guys on my number 1. All the rest of you guys, I think I just want to leave you where you are. I don't want to charge forward. They don't really have a ton of ranged units anyway. They have some, but it's not worth us charging in and trying to take those out because they would absolutely overwhelm us there. This is going to be 3 minutes, and Queek is 2 minutes 41. So this is actually where we want to be set up, is over here. Over on this side, I think. Can I move you guys to maybe here? What do we think? Let's be here. Let's go ahead and send these guys close enough to draw them towards us. And then we're going to retreat everybody back towards where Queek is going to come in. Start the battle. Get their attention. Okay, they're not coming towards us yet. Now they are. Are they going to run away? They're not going to run away, are they? Are they really running away? Or are they just reforming? Boy, that would be great if they just reform. Okay, we've got our first menace below here that we could use. Let's go ahead and use it here on them. Now we'll lose. This will lose. The menace below will lose to these arrow boys. But we can at least occupy them. Yeah, they're running away. Wow. I'm so disappointed. Nightclub and archers are doing some damage to us. That's a problem. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, chase them away, I guess. Alright, you guys, my number 1s. Yeah, you go towards them and rediscover them if you can. Okay, go ahead and hit these arrow boys. Alright, now my number 1s, you guys hit them. And in fact, you guys can as well. Might as well do all of you for right now. You guys try to intercept them from running away. Okay. You can now go to work on those big uns. They're running. How close are you guys here? Alright, come on. We still want to do this. We want to be able to at least destroy some of their units. There we go. This should help. Okay. You guys now lock in on those big uns. You guys can kind of join them. You can keep shoot. You shoot at those arrow boys. Okay, all you guys now, boom, move in this way. And Queek, you guys as well. You all keep coming this way. All right, we got another one that we can do right here. Oh, okay, we want you to get around and flank them. Okay, you guys go ahead and hit them from behind. You guys go ahead and start hitting them. Some of you all can now get on them. In fact, number one, you guys get in on them as well. And all of you, let's get all of you on two. The assassin, let's get you headed in this direction. Is he not leaving yet? Looks like he's not leaving. Okay. You can join in over here. All right, so we're not gonna wipe them out, but we are at least doing some damage to them. Although we took some damage ourselves. Not really sure whether this was even worth it, but... Okay, some of you guys can probably go fast, right? You're too far away. All right, his lord is still has not left the battlefield yet. You stay on them, everybody else try to catch up with them. What is his lord doing here? Oh, maybe after their army is shattered, they can't leave via this normal way out? Okay, at this point, let's go ahead and just make sure that we've got somebody chasing after everything, and then let's just speed up. Maximum speed here. Let's get you guys. Everybody who can go after the, you two. Go after the enemy lord. Just in the off chance that we can catch up. You as well, see if you can intercept. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to. Alright, well that's... We accomplished a little bit, but not quite as much as I would have hoped. But we did more damage to them than they did to us. And I think we'll get a tiny little bit of food and money out of it. Okay, that loading screen is really taking a long time. Much longer than I'm used to. Okay, so we destroyed 3 units and did a just tiny little bit of damage to this archer unit. In addition to that, we got 2 food and 488 gold. It's not nothing. And we do get... Oh, we can get 1,100 more gold. Well, I'll take that. At this point, every little bit of gold is important to us. We got Worksbane, which is good. Take that. Gained a mount here, Thrommute, and Obside. Okay, we probably want to take them off of those. Oh, we got a bunch of ranks. That's good. And factions encountered. Okay, let's go ahead and... We're actually over an hour now, so I need to decide whether or not I want to continue on with this turn. Here's really the question. Oh, hello. What is this guy doing here? Our assassin, let's go ahead and give him a second rank in assassinate. Can we attack here? Pyrrhic victory. Interesting. That feels to me like it should be better than a Pyrrhic victory. Okay, I'm going to decline it for the time being. And I'm going to go ahead and apply our ranks. We can't reach now. We can't finish this fight against them, unfortunately. But we can apply our ranks. So, what does that mean here? This is... I think I'm going to go ahead and start the red line here on Pestilikich. You, I know I need to take you off of your Bone Breaker. And we want to give you...
Victory! Horned rat, notice me!
I think I want to give you... Fervor. Is that what we did with you? Yes, it is. Okay. Alright, so we're going to give you Fervor as well, and take you off of your Bone Breaker. Okay, the Assassin. You have Replenish Troops and Assassinate. You have Dance of Death. Do I want to... Yeah, I want to continue to make him both good in both battle and as a field agent, so I'm going to go ahead and give him a boost to his melee defense. And a Talisman of Preservation. Let's give that to... Oh yeah, let's give it to Queek. It's good stuff, okay. Ancillaries.
Clan victorious, thanks to me.
I don't really see what... The breeders can only go on lords and sorcerers. Okay. Alright, so... You do get a rank here as well. Let's give you Foe Seeker. Okay. Now, what to do with Pestilikich? We want him to be close enough to still be reinforced by Queek, because he cannot take on that army by himself. So that means moving him to here. And so now back to this question right here. I feel like we probably do want to attack them this turn rather than let them start causing us attrition. We've got 24 units to their 20. Mika is level 8. He's got 90 Winds of Magic. What spells does he have? Scorch and Warp Lightning. I would love to give him some more powerful magic, but we'll get there in time. Okay, so I am going to... I'm pretty sure I am going to fight this, but it's going to have to be in the next episode, unfortunately, because I want to take my time and fight it smart. So it could very well end up being a 20 or 30 minute long battle, and we're already over an hour here. So I think we'll leave it there. I wouldn't exactly call this a cliffhanger, but make sure you stay tuned for the next episode to see how this fight goes. And also, I do think that we're going to take Über-Queek, and we're going to, after we finish off this army here, if we can, we're going to send him on the offensive up here into this direction with the ultimate destination of Karok 8 Peaks. So you're not going to want to miss any of that. So I suppose I will go ahead and say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.